Hi ladies, sorry I just had to switch to cellular data because I'm in the other end of the house from the modem. I'm in my office and I'm going to show you through the school book and the Christmas book. Apologies, I just did a minute video and it just went to crap. But let me get started and I'll show you through the school book. Excuse the bumpiness. Welcome back everyone. I've just swapped over to cellular data, so this should work a bit better. Here is our school book. So I just got my hands on a copy and I'm super excited. So our school book covers 7 years of schooling, so it's generic, so it can be used for any schooling system. You can use it for primary school or high school, or doesn't matter what state you're in. You can put the name of your school. So for example, whether you start in year 1 or kindergarten or prep, it doesn't matter. So we've got our standard pages at the front. If you don't know already, this is a link to our tips and tricks page. And it has your school life. So this is the 7 years plus a graduation photo space. And then I've started colouring in this page, which I think you guys will like. Side note, I used these pens to colour in that page because I've been testing them out. I got sent them from Jazz Art and I've just ordered 20 sets. So I'll list them on the website as soon as I get them, but I will hopefully have them in by the time the Christmas book launches next week. They'll be $79.95 for the set of 100, and it's got a brush tip and a thin tip as well. So I'll show you more of that once we get to the end, but I thought I'd just pop it in to show you what I used for this page because I get asked that all the time. So first day of school, last day of school. This is like over your schooling year. So for example, mine would be first day of kindy and last day of year 6. This is about your school. So all the information about your school, about your uniforms and things. My daughter doesn't have a uniform at her school. So we've tried to keep it as generic and as inclusive as possible, no matter what kind of schooling system your children are going to. And then it starts on the schooling years. So there are 7 of these. They have varying patterns and things, but the content is the same. So it's my year, and I've left that blank so that you can write in what year it is. And it's got things like, let me see, like my first day, the year, teacher, blah, 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 what makes me happy, how I get to school. My daughter catches the bus straight away, which is not what I expected her to do, but there's 25 questions. So these questions are designed to get your kids talking. So the idea is to try and ask them and write down their exact response so you get a little snapshot. So things like, what's your favourite colour, thing to do, favourite lunchbox snack, what do you do if you feel upset? I just thought that was a good one because that changes over time. What do you like to do in the school holiday? What new skills did you learn? What do you love to wear when you're not at school? What's the best thing about your family? What sort of person are you? You know, all sorts of things that are designed to make them, I guess, try and identify like individual personality traits within your kids and how that comes through with school. So, and that will change over time as they get older. They're going to have more advanced questions to that. So I have to do this with my daughter. I only just got mine yesterday. Then there's space for school photos. So you could either stick in smaller versions, or do a smaller copy. It's up to you. Then there's a little space for close friends. You could probably duplicate that if you wanted to include a whole bunch, but I expect over your schooling year, as you add friends or they change, you might have one friend that stays the same for the whole time, but other ones come and go. So that was my experience at school anyway. So it'd be interesting to kind of watch them grow as you go through the years. Then there's lots of space for classwork, so like writing examples, reading examples, things like that. Sports and games. So I've tried to make it really flexible and not too prescriptive, because I don't know, I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't focusing towards kids who are really good at sports or really good at art or anything. Like, just make it super flexible. Stacey asked, Do you ask the questions at the start or the end of the year? There are some for both. I'd have a look through. Some you could probably ask at the start and some you'd ask at the end. Yeah, and maybe at the end of the year would be a nice thing. Yeah, I will go through and I will see what ones my daughter could answer. Now she's like halfway through her first year at school, so I'll have a flick. But some of them are like definitely for the end of the year, like what is the best thing that happened at school this year? Yeah, so some of them are for the start and some of them are for the beginning, but you could some of them are definitely for the end, but I think it would work fine if you did it at the end of the year. Trying to rush through this video so it's not a million hours long. Artwork, these are going to be so much fun to colour in. So there's stories and schoolyard tales and a space for a little note from your teacher. So if you're not going to do that, you can cover that up easily. Field trips and excursions, which are kind of fun. And then lots of space for school holidays, because that can be quite, it's a specific time of year, especially if you're going to go to like holiday camps or anything, you could put that in here. And then every year has 2 custom pages at the back. So if you wanted to stick in your full A4 class photo, you could do that. If you want to put awards, if you wanted to stick in an envelope with awards in there, you can do all of that. So it's really customizable for you. Okay, and then it's the next year. So there's 7 of these, but I'll flip through these so you can see the different patterns. There's different pages, but same content. This one's going to be super fun to colour in. So it's all the same sports games, artwork, field trips, school holidays, custom page at the back, and then this would be your 3rd year. I quite like this page. Classwork, sports and games, artwork. That'll give you a sense of the patterns. School holidays, and there's your custom pages at the end of that 3rd year, and then it kind of comes on and repeats the patterns, and you've got 7 years like this. So yeah, I hope that gives you a good sense. This is my test page at the back, which I was going to show you because I've just tested every single one of the pens in here just to make sure that they don't bleed through before we stocked them, and they're pretty fab. I mean, like with all pens, you kind of have to test your own colouring style, and I always keep an eye on the like saturation of the page, but I use them to do this page, and it's turned out really, really well. I'm really happy with the colours. Yeah, so I'll jump onto the Christmas book. This one, I'll show you through my copy. This is how it arrives. It comes with the little cover slip down there. I've just, this one got ripped off by my kids. So you can see it here without my colouring. This is my family one, but I'll show you through. It's not finished, not up to date, but you can see here I've started the year that I was pregnant with my first, and then we've got her as a little baby. I've got to get a photo. I have that printed out, but I just haven't stuck it in yet. Then that's Sophie's first Christmas. And I'm not up to date with the other ones, but it's so cute when you start putting them all in and you see them grow up. So each year has 4 A4 pages, so 2 spreads, and they all have the same layout where there's a little bit to write about, like where you were, who you were with, what you're grateful for, and how you spent the day. It's just a nice reminder to kind of, reflect and be grateful on what you're grateful for. It's a nice... I always find that we think about family members who aren't with us anymore, those big family gatherings or Christmas, or if we can't catch up with people, that's kind of at the forefront of our mind. And then some custom pages that you can fill out with photos. So yeah, that's the year that I was pregnant with my daughter, my eldest, and this is her first Christmas. So again, this is, I'll show you it not coloured in, if I can do that efficiently one-handed. So this is how it'll come to you, and this is what I've done. I find that as I go on, I kind of like add things, like I'm going to go through with like a metallic gel pen and add some sparkle here and there. I kind of keep going back and touching them up. That's the next page, and got a picture of like our Christmas tree. This is the year that I was pregnant with Sophie. So still lots to do in my books. This is Sophie's first Christmas. I've used some little stickers here for notes, which was quite handy. It's a nice little thing to do. I think I printed all these photos with the Canon Mini printer, and they're all quite red because I stupidly didn't calibrate the colors before I printed, but anyway, you'll see the pictures do get better because that was my fault. And then I've coloured in this page. I'm going to add some glitter to this one. This was 2018. This is actually one of my favourite pages. I need to add some notes about the food and who was with us and what we did. But yeah, I love the big Christmas tree on these, and I definitely have to catch up on colouring in these pages. So yeah, that's where I'm up to in my book, but you get a sense. So it has room for 12 Christmases, which is really nice. It'll get me through to when my eldest daughter is 11. So it'll be really, really, really nice little snapshot of Christmases and family holidays, and you kind of flick through and watch them grow. Yes, Stacey, I'm going to stock those pens, so we'll have I've ordered 20 sets, and they'll arrive next week, so that's exciting in time for the Christmas book launch. So yeah, you can see there's lots of different pages to colour in. It's so much fun. The Christmas trees kind of changed slightly. It's just a really, really fun book to colour in and get in the spirit for Christmas. I've kind of become more and more Christmas mad the more I go on. Maybe it's just having kids. I think I was like, meh, Christmas, I don't really care that much about it. And now I've got kids, and the older they get and the more excited they get, I get really, really tempted by just all the extras for Christmas. So yeah, I hope that gives you a really good sense. I hope that gives you a really good sense of inside the books. If you've got any other questions, please pop them through. If you haven't seen already, the school book is $59.95. It's our biggest memory book, so it's got a lot. How many pages? I think 25, almost 25 pages bigger than the baby book. And the Christmas book is $39.95, and they're at our warehouse now, so they'll go live on Wednesday at 7 o'clock Sydney, Melbourne, Brisbane time. So that's 9 o'clock New Zealand. Yeah, I'm super excited. Please, again, if you've got any questions, pop them below, and thank you so much for joining me. See you.